Hello, this is Paul Whittakin returning to you today with the Universal Law of Numbers, and we're going to take a quick look at what it is. It's the 369 code. It follows a pattern. It's the universal pattern that numbers give us, and I have nothing to do with that. And it's the 369 code, which consists of 248751, 147258, 181818. You can see them here clearly displayed: 285, 396, 417, 528, 369, 181, 818, 181, 818, 147, 741, 174, 471, 417, 417, 147, 714, 714. Okay, it's there. 248751. 248751. Another way to look at these in the same manner is to just observe them like this, because that's why the order doesn't have the same exact meaning. I mean, 369, 396, 639, 396, whatever, it's all the same thing. 258. Same thing as 369 and 147. Same thing as 369. 147 is a 3. 258 is a 6. 369 is a 9. But it's the same triangle, and they're doing the same thing. It's just different starting point. But anyway, this is another way to look at the universal law of numbers written out. Anyway, the main thing is that we understand it goes this way, this way, this way, and this way. So this matrix here, if I expand it upwards, it'll be the same numbers, well, reduced. Downwards, the same numbers. To the left and to the right, same numbers. But anyway, we like to look at them sometimes like this. What it is it's x to the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is the 369 code, squared, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. 1 and 0 is 1. 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 13, 1 and 3 is 4. 14, 1 and 4 is 5. 15, 1 and 5 is 6. 16, 1 and 6 is 7. And that will continue. That's why it will always be the same matrix. But we'll take a look at some of these things. Will be very simple. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 16, 16, 1 times 32, 32, 1 times 64, 64, 1 times 128 is obviously 128. So what about 2 times 3? 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so 2 squared is 4 times 9 is 36. 2 to the third, 8 times 27 is 216. 16 times 81, 1296. 32 times 243, 7776. 64 times 729, 46, 656. And we can look at them like that. 2 times 4 is 8, so 4 times 16 is 64. 8 times 64 is 512. 16 times 256 is 4096. Okay, so what I'm going to try and display is the different ways we can look at this, and sometimes it makes it a little easier to understand if you're looking at it one way than another. But anyway, 2 times 5 is 10. Well, 2 times 5 is 1 with 1 0. 2 squared times 5 squared, 4 times 25 is 1 with 2 zeros. 8 times 125, 2 to the third times 5 to the third is 1 with 3 zeros. 2 to the fourth times 5 to the fourth is 1 with 4 zeros. 2 to the fifth times 5 to the fifth is 1 with 5 zeros. 2 to the sixth times 5 to the sixth is 1 with 6 zeros. 2 to the seventh times 5 to the seventh is 1 with 7 zeros. 2 to the eighth times 5 to the eighth is 1 with 8 zeros. 2 to the 9th times 5 to the 9th is 1 with 9 zeros, etc. So we need to recognize that with this particular one, this 2 squared to the 3rd to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. It's 2 squared is 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 409, 6, 16, 384, etc. 65, 536. So it's not going to be with 2 zeros. In other words, 4 times 5 is 20, but 4 squared times 5 squared, which is 20 squared, is 4 with 2 zeros. 4 to the 3rd times 5 to the 3rd is 8 with 3 zeros. 4 to the 4th times 5 to the 4th is 7, or 16, with 4 zeros. 4 to the 5th times 5 to the 5th is 32 with 5 zeros. 4 to the 6th times 5 to the 6th is 64 with 6 zeros. And 4 to the 7th times 5 to the 7th is 128 with 7 zeros. 4 to the 8th times 5 to the 8th is 256 with 8 zeros. 4 to the 9th times 5 to the 9th is 512, 8, 9 zeros, etc. Okay. That's what this is, I guess. Looks like the same thing. We can look at it like this because it makes it a little easier to understand how the whole thing works. But basically how it works is it shows you how you can and you cannot multiply the numbers. 2 squared times 5 squared is 10 squared. 3 squared times 6 squared, 3 to the 4th times 6 to the 4th is 18 to the 4th. 3 to the 5th times 7 to the 5th is 21 to the 5th. 2 to the 6th times 5 to the 6th is 10 to the 6th. 7 to the 5th times 8 to the 5th is 56 to the 5th. But going down, you can't go 2 to the 4th times 5 to the 6th. Doesn't work like that. But going down, you do it like this. 4 squared times 4 to the 4th is 4. 2 plus 4 is 4 to the 6th. 5 squared times 5 to the 3rd is 2, and 3 is 5 to the 5th. 7 squared times 7 to the 4th is 7 to the 6th. 8 to the 3rd times 8 to the 5th is 8 to the 7th. It's 8 to the 8th, etc. And it keeps on going. So it doesn't matter where we are in the chain. X to the 1, x squared, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, it doesn't matter. It will always be the same numbers. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It will still always be the same matrix. My name is Paul Wittekin. I hope I explained a little bit to you today about the power of the universal law of numbers. Peace and happiness to all good people of the world.